and sisters, what do you think the aim and the purpose is of their using these kind of words? What is the purpose of such words being written by the press and spoken in the public by men and women of renown? The aim is to discredit a man by the use of false terms without any just basis. The aim is to create an environment of hostility around that man that will keep the people from hearing what he has to say. If I'm a hater, who wants to be involved in hate? If I'm a bigot, who wants to be involved in bigotry? If I'm an anti-Semite, see, they're trying to discredit the power of my message by calling me names that will undercut my magnetic attraction in my own people. See? Evidently it's not working. Look, calling me those names is designed to undercut any support that you might want to give me. It is to alienate people from me who might desire to help me. Then it is designed to isolate me. And then, of course, destroy my influence among black people. And then ultimately, the aim is to murder me. That's the ultimate aim. Now, I want you all to reason with me. You won't hear me tonight call for killing anybody. But look, the idea of my being referred to as a Hitler is to plant in the minds of those who suffered from Hitler's mind and Hitler's work that we must never allow Hitler to come up again. So we must never allow this man, Farrakhan, to grow into power that he may do to us what Hitler did to us. Isn't that something? So, brothers and sisters, the germ of murder is already sown in the heart of Jews across this nation and across the world. And those who sympathize with Jews, they have a heart now filled with murder for Louis Farrakhan. So some person is going to think, as the scripture says, that they're doing God a favor and seek my death. Isn't that something? When I spoke in the forum in Los Angeles, 19,000 black people came out. The Jewish Defense League was outside chanting to kill Farrakhan. Kill Farrakhan. Yesterday on the news, we saw them asking the question, what do you want? We want Farrakhan. How do you want him? We want him dead. Now, you can't find one word in the text of my speeches that calls for death to Jews. But I am made to look like a total wicked man, and here are people calling for my death. Let me say to you, Mr. Press and Mr. Government of America, what do you think will happen to America if anything happens to me? Talks like this is afraid of death? I was born into the world to die, but I was born to do a work for Almighty God for the liberation of my people in America and oppressed people all over the world. So death don't faze me. But I wonder, are you as ready to die as you are to kill? I want you to think tonight. Don't worry about work tomorrow, because you'll fly to work tomorrow if you got a job. Just make believe this is Saturday night and we're partying tonight. Brothers and sisters, isn't it interesting that people are not neutral where Louis Farrakhan is concerned? They either love me or they hate me. There doesn't seem to be any middle ground. Many of them make Farrakhan the litmus test that determines jobs and position. If you condemn Farrakhan, you can get the job. If you don't condemn Farrakhan, you will lose the job. Black people in Hollywood showed up at a $50 a plate dinner, and the TV scanned to see who was there. And the next day, some of those black actors were being threatened just for being in attendance. They didn't say anything. But I want you to know, you just can't frighten black people anymore like you used to. That is over with. Look. Now I want you to think with me, brothers and sisters, please. There are those who call me devil. And evidently, by the sound in this auditorium, you believe that Farrakhan is a good man. Now wait a minute. How could there be such opposing views of one individual that range from the extreme of God to the extreme of devil? How could one man evoke that kind of hatred on one side and love on the other? What is the nature and character of a man that can inspire two extremes at the same time? And what does this have to do with the time in which we live and what we should expect from God in such time? Don't you realize that the people are divided over me? And this is exactly the way it is written. The book says that this day would be great. There's that word again. Great and dreadful. The day has two dispositions that are opposite each other. Then the man of God who comes in this time will manifest those two dispositions in the people. He will manifest love and he will manifest hate. You say he's divisive. It has to be that way. You can't mix God and Satan. You can't mix a hypocrite with a true believer. You can't mix a slave master with a slave, an oppressor with the oppressed. Something has to separate them and make them see each other, and then we go to war to find out who is going to rule on this earth, either God or Satan, right or wrong. This is not a play day. This is the day of war. It is not I who have said it. The scripture has said it. It is the time of war. You are not going to get liberation praying about it. You got to pray about it, then we got to get up and do something about it. You see what your family is doing in South Africa, don't you?